next speaker is the tribal chair of Indian Canyon Nation. A lot of folks don't know, and Anne Marie will tell a little bit more about it. I talk to people all the time when I'm collecting signatures and in parking lots, and I started to talk about the concerns about the nodes along Highway 101 and the sacred nature of the territory, the northern two being part of Eurostat, the southern two being a place called Iraq, where ceremony went on, where regular people really weren't supposed to go, I understand, much less build shopping centers over these sacred areas. I've known Anne Marie since my son went on an elementary school trip there in, I think, 5th grade. So he's 26 right now. So I've known Anne Marie for a long time, and I've been to Indian Canyon many times. And as I was saying, what's special is it's the only federally recognized Indian territory from up in, Sonoma County all the way down to Santa Barbara County. So in an area, the center, Sam talked about the world that the Europeans brought to California, but this was the center of the native world north of Mexico City. This was it. And now to be down to simply that one spot that Anne Marie keeps ceremony alive and welcomes other folks is incredibly special, and that's here in our county. And during Measure J, when the oil industry did everything possible to get in our way, including when Margaret Rebecki, who had been doing fundraisers for decades for politicians, when we were going to do a fundraiser for Measure J, and suddenly the health department showed up at her house to say that we did not have permits to serve food for a political fundraiser, something that nobody had ever heard of before in this county. And they were not happy about it, but somebody had complained. That somebody, of course, was the oil industry and those working for the oil industry. And we were scrambling to figure out where to have an event. You know, we had all these people coming for this event, and Anne Marie said, "What's the problem? I'm not under those laws." And we ended up having one of the most remarkable days that I can ever remember. Not only when we collected much more money, I think $10,000 that day, but loads of people came, and just by coincidence, there was a shaman, a holy Inuit man that they called himself Uncle, who did this ceremony that I swear after the ceremony everybody gave even more money. They were so moved by his ceremony, and I still look very fondly, and we had victory ceremonies. My mentor, Dr. Art Pearl, gave a lecture about democracy there that got even more people involved in our campaign. It was just, and I can't thank Anne Marie enough, and now she is also one of the proponents for our initiative for the people, including our original people, to take some control over the future, not just the past, but the future of our county.
Thank you, Annie. And Mary, too. Thank you. How important you are for our county. I really cannot tell you how sacred the rocks happens to be to Native peoples. And to have development there is unacceptable. It really is. The majority of people think we're all dead, but we're not. We are still here. I live in an area that I can document 4,400 years, Indian Canyon. It's about 15 miles south of Hollister. But I say we've been there since the beginning of time. And we are still here. I would like to make a request of each and every one of you. And that is, we have 4 directions, north, east, south, and west. We have 4 seasons to be responsible to get 4 youths to vote that would not. We have to get our voices out there to protect our mother, the earth. And to give her some credit outside of money. Our society is so absent of the sacred. We really are. Let's start bringing it into our lives. And holding the earth sacred as it is. Because we're just trashing it. You know, it's a beautiful world, it's just the people. And there's more and more and more people. So can I get a commitment from you to get at least 4 youths to vote?
Yes.
If we can do that here, our mother will be much happier. Got it? 4, at least.